To create a task in our system, you need to click this big green plus sign that says Task Entry. This will open up the task details. The first thing we need to do is go ahead and select one of our customers from the drop-down. When you select the customer, the system auto-loads all the important information, including the address, the contact person, the email, the phone number. Next, you're going to go ahead and select a certain task type. Now, I have septic pump out in here right now, but you can create as many task types as you need. It's an infinite amount of task types the system will take. You can also attach checklists to each task type that will auto-load when you select it. So if you want to make task types call preventative maintenance or alarm check or extinguisher or just check in with a customer, you can do that. So I'm going to select the task type septic pump out. When I do that, it's going to ask me if I want to load the checklist that I have attached to this. You can click no, but I'm going to click yes. Now, to see that checklist, we would click this checklist button, and you'll see the 3 things that I have listed for my technicians to do. These will print out on paper if you're using paper. These will also transfer to the mobile devices where your technicians can respond to them to make sure it's been done. The next thing I want to do here is give this a task description. Maybe the customer wants me out as soon as possible. So we're going to go ahead and put that in here. You also have another area called task-specific notes where you can write as much as you want. Both of these areas will take a lot of information. This also transfers to the mobiles. And once you get the main pieces of the task together, you can set a task status if you want while on the phone. Maybe the customer confirmed this for me on the phone, so I'm going to mark this as confirmed. But again, you can add as many statuses as needed. We need to put in a due date. That is going to be the day that we're doing this job. Maybe we told the customer we'll be out here on April 1st. And we need to assign this job to somebody. Maybe I'm going to have Joe go ahead and do this job for us. You can set times to show up if the customer wants a specific time. So now that we've got the main pieces of this task together, we want to go ahead and set this as a recurring task. We can click on Recurring Schedule. You can set this to recur every X amount of days, 10, 20, 100 days, whatever you want, even 3,000, it doesn't matter. You can also use weekly. Maybe you want this to recur every 52 weeks. You want to show up once a year. You can use monthly. You can pick specific days of the month. Yearly works the same way. Tell them you want to show up every year on the 27th of March, or maybe you want to show up on the first Tuesday of March. It doesn't matter. The system has drop downs for every option. And at the bottom here, these are our end dates when we want this to stop reoccurring. So I'm going to set this as a weekly reoccurring task because it's every 2 to 3 years. Maybe we want to show up every 2 years. That's every 104 weeks. And maybe the customer likes us there on Mondays. Again, the last piece here, we're going to tell the system, now I'm expecting this to be a customer forever. So I'm going to set this with no end date, meaning this will just reoccur and show up every 2 years forever. But if the customer says, I'm only going to be here, for another 4 years, I need you to stop after 2 occurrences, you can set that. You can also set it to end on a certain date. So now that I have the main pieces here, I'm going to go ahead and click Create Recurring Appointment. The system's going to tell me I'm about to do this and ask if I want to. I'm going to say yes. And then it's going to tell me it was created successfully. So this task has now been created to recur every 2 years. I'm going to go ahead and click the Close button. The Close button works as a close and save in our software everywhere in the software. And it's going to ask me if I want to update this recurring task with any changes. You can click yes or no if you've made changes. I'm going to click no because I've already got what I need. Now, these pound signs are normal when there's not enough space in here. This is just telling me how many days away these are. You can click in and see everything. I've set my task list to show me 3,000 days in the future, but you can go further if you need to, or less. Maybe I want to see 4,000 days here into the future. You'll notice that this is reoccurring every 2 years. All these tasks are showing up every 2 years. The only one that has been confirmed is the one that I've manually set to confirm for the status. I don't know if this customer is good to go on 3/29/2020 yet, but we will find out when that date approaches. Now, the last thing I want to show you here is how to email these customers. Maybe one of the technicians out today, and he's going to be out for 2 days because he's sick. You could email those customers by clicking the Email Customers button. You can select a certain technician or leave it blank for all. And then you can input a date range of tasks on the task list. So maybe I need to hit every task from 3/27/2018 to 3/30 to let them know that we may not get to their pump out today or the next few days. You can select just a task type if you want, or leave it blank for all. Maybe I only want to contact my septic pump out customers. You have different email formats. If we leave it on this, it's going to show, the email is going to show only what we enter here. So one is out sick, can't make it until Friday. And then all you have to do is hit the email button. Now, if you don't want to show that text, you can actually select from the drop down just certain task types or the task type and description to email that out also. That's all you have to do to create a recurring task using task types and checklists, and how you can email your customers for certain tasks and date ranges. Have a great day.